Browns coach Kevin Stefanski in hot seat after Joe Flacco trade. Report. The Cleveland Browns and head coach Kevin Stefanski have shared some significant highs and some ungodly lows across their 5+ seasons together, but both the good and bad times could be nearing an end following the team's difficult start to this year. Cleveland is 1-4 in 2025 and made the switch from veteran quarterback Joe Flacco to rookie Dillon Gabriel ahead of its Week 5 game against the Minnesota Vikings in London. Then on Tuesday, the Browns went ahead with a trade that flipped Flacco and a 6th-round draft pick to the Cincinnati Bengals in exchange for a 5th-rounder. The move signals a complete shift to the team's rookie signal callers, Gabriel as the starter and presumably Shedeur Sanders as QB2 and/or the starter somewhere down the line. However, Bailey Zappe is on the practice squad and could serve as the backup to Gabriel for the next few weeks if Cleveland doesn't think Sanders is ready for the role. Moving a rookie into a starting job at a prominent position isn't out of character for the Browns this season. In fact, it's become a theme. That said, team insider Brad Stainbrook reported on October 7th that if the rookie class that GM Andrew Berry drafted continues to perform, but the team also keeps losing on the field, that could spell the end of Stefanski. I asked around this week about whether Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski are seen as a package deal in Jimmy Haslam's eyes. The general feeling inside Berea right now? They are, at least for the moment, Stainbrook wrote. Most people still view them as connected, part of the same long-term plan. But there's a sense that could change if the rookies keep showing promise and the team keeps losing, especially once the schedule softens up. Prominent NFL voices have begun to criticize Kevin Stefanski for Browns' struggles this season. While Stainbrook spoke to people in the Browns building about Stefanski's status as coach, prominent outside voices have cast criticism on his performance in recent days. The Cleveland Browns had a rookie QB in Dillon Gabriel making his first career start and threw 2 TDs with no turnovers on foreign soil, Robert Griffin III posted to X Sunday. Had a rookie running back run for 110 yards. Had a defense force 2 turnovers and get 3 sacks. And still lost. That's a coaching issue. The Browns' otherwise stingy defense allowed the Vikings to score a game-winning touchdown with 25 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, Cleveland's offense failed to surpass 17 points yet again, tying its season-high output. The skyline over Cleveland looked a little grayer this morning, not from storm clouds, but from murmurs and speculation swirling around the Browns' headquarters. When a franchise trades away its veteran quarterback, especially one as battle-scarred as Joe Flacco, it's seldom just a roster move. It's a statement. And for head coach Kevin Stefanski, that statement might be a warning shot. The trade that echoed through the locker room. On paper, the move seems surgical. The Browns sent Flacco plus a 6th-round pick to the Bengals, receiving a 5th-rounder in return. Reuters +2 ESPN.com +2 It's not the blockbuster trade that shakes the league, but the timing is telling. Flacco was benched for rookie Dillon Gabriel after struggles in Cleveland's first 4 games. Reuters +3 Dogs by Nature +3 ESPN.com +3 Now, the Browns are pivoting entirely to youth. Gabriel as starter, Shedeur Sanders moving into the backup spot. The Sun +1. If Flacco had been merely surplus, this might have been a quiet trade. But this one feels like an indictment. We no longer believe you are the stabilizer. And when a franchise starts writing off its veteran signal caller, the head coach is often made the custodian of that fall from grace. Stefanski's hot seat. Why it's heating up. It's not Stefanski's first near-brink moment. After a 3-14 collapse in 2024, fans and analysts alike were asking if his extension was premature. Wikipedia +1 He's also drawn praise for high points. In 2023, he led the Browns to an 11-6 record and a playoff berth, earning Coach of the Year honors. Wikipedia +1 But now, both his past successes and past failures are being weighed under a sharper lens. The inside whisper is that Stefanski and GM Andrew Berry are packaged in owner Jimmy Haslam's eyes, their fates tied together. Heavy Sports as one Browns insider noted, if the rookie class shows promise and the losses continue, they may not be viewed as indispensable. Heavy Sports That's not just speculation. It's the type of roster move that only happens when confidence in the coaching staff is slipping. Critics outside the building have also begun sharpening their knives. Robert Griffin III, reacting to a recent Browns loss, mused that the defense forced turnovers, the running game produced, and yet the Browns still lost. That's a coaching issue. Heavy Sports Stefanski's defenders point to offensive inconsistency and a weak supporting cast. His detractors see a coach losing his control over the ship. The risk of Flacco's revival. Sometimes a fire is fanned by embers you thought were cold. What if Flacco, freed from Cleveland's chaos, rediscovers his old form in Cincinnati? The optics would be brutal. As one analysis put it, a Flacco resurgence in a rival uniform would shine a harsh light on Cleveland's decision-making and Stefanski's judgment. For now, that's speculative. But even the possibility is enough to create tension. And if Gabriel, or even Sanders, can't staunch the bleeding immediately, Stefanski may not have the runway to survive. Because once a head coach loses both narrative control and a marquee veteran, public pressure tends to swell fast. What Stefanski must do, if he wants to survive? Get the offense moving. The Browns struggle to break 20 points more often than not. The transition to a young quarterback doesn't excuse lackluster game plans or conservative play calling. Lean on the defense. The Browns' D still shows flashes. If Stefanski can keep games close and let the defense turn the tide, he might buy time. Support Gabriel and Sanders authentically. Rather than treating them like temporary placeholders, he needs to show real conviction in their development and protect them from media distraction. Communicate with ownership. The fact that inside Berea people are talking suggests a fragile internal narrative. Stefanski needs to shore up confidence in his vision, especially with the rookies. Final word. From the outside, it looks like Cleveland has set the stage for a reckoning. The Flacco trade is more than a roster update, it's a turning point. For Stefanski, this could be a season of rebirth or one of reckoning. If the rookies thrive and steady the offense, maybe his contract extension will be justified. If not, this could be the final act in a once hopeful tenure. Either way, the spotlight is on him now more than ever, and not just in Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns were supposed to be building something lasting: stability, identity, belief. But after yet another mid-season shakeup, those pillars feel like they're shaking beneath the weight of frustration. When the Browns traded veteran quarterback Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals, it didn't just send a Super Bowl-winning passer across division lines. It sent a message straight to head coach Kevin Stefanski's doorstep: the honeymoon is officially over. A trade that speaks louder than words. For weeks, tension had been brewing in Berea. Flacco,